Hey guys, welcome back. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Lorrien, and for today's video I thought I would do an updated makeup routine. I have a bunch of new makeup that I've been using and loving, so I figured why not share. It's not necessarily new, it's just some stuff that I've finally picked up and I really truly love. It's like, you know, the trendy TikTok makeup, but it's actually worth it. So I'm going to be showing you guys that. And also I colored my hair last night, so if you're like, what the heck is going on here? It's just leftover hair color that will probably be gone by tomorrow. Once I wash my face again tonight, it'll be gone. So just ignore that. And my hair is really dark right now. It's a level 5, but it's looking really dark on camera. So that will also lighten up after a few washes. But so yeah, let's get right into my updated makeup routine. I had forgot my ring and I was like, let me go get that before the rumors start flying. I took it off last night while I was coloring my hair because sometimes like when I put the gloves over, they rip. So anyways, so let's start with my brows. I'm still using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, but now I am using the shade 4.5 where before I was using 5. I think this is, let's look it up. There's so many of them. Let's look it up though. I know there's like a brown, dark brown, but let's see. So 5 was warm black brown, where 4.5 is neutral deep brown. So not that big of a difference, but like I said, I'm slowly trying to like go lighter on my brows because I am trying to go lighter on my hair, even though right now it looks dark. Like I was mentioning, after a few washes it will lighten up. Now I do still use the NYX brow glue. It just depends on what I'm doing that day and where I'm going. So but for just like every day, I don't use it every day. It's just like I said, depends on where we're going and what we're doing, but I do still like the brow glue. So I use this for mainly like the mid to end of my brows, and then for the front of my brows I'm still loving the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen, and I am still using espresso, but once this runs out I think I do want to go a shade lighter with this as well. I'm just not feeling the dark brows anymore. I never really was, but when I got them microbladed, they just like did them to match my hair, which I get it, makes sense, but like I feel like you can never color your hair after that or go lighter. So that's kind of like one of the cons with getting them microbladed. So that's pretty much it. That's all I do with my brow. I'm gonna fill in the other one. Okay, so my brows are filled in, and then I will at the very end go back and just touch them up, because once I do like the foundation, concealer, powder, all that stuff, they tend to kind of like, you know, mess up, smudge, smear, whatever, fade out. So I will touch them up then. But now I'm just gonna go right in with my foundation. I am still using the Maybelline Matte Plus Poreless Fit Me foundation. This is in the shade 220 Natural Beige. I was actually contemplating switching it up, and I wanted to try the Fenty matte foundation, but lately I keep hearing and seeing people rave about this one, and I'm like, why am I gonna switch it up? Like, why fix something when it ain't broke, you know? So for now I'm just gonna stick with this one. I do want to try others, but like I said, it's not worth it. If it's working for me, I'm going to stick with it. And I just use a brush at first to get this in, and then I'll go back with a sponge and blend out any like fine lines or anything like that, just to kind of melt it all into my skin. But this is honestly my favorite foundation ever. I've said it like a dozen times, but it is what it is. It's my favorite. You know what I also forgot to mention is that lately I have not actually been using primer. I just feel like as long as like my skin prep, like my skincare that I do right before applying makeup is on point, I feel like my makeup's been lasting just as well. I mean, I do still use setting spray, but I haven't been using primer, and I don't know, I'm loving it. If I can save a couple dollars, why not? Now, one of my absolute faves at this moment is Rare Beauty. Anything Rare Beauty, I'm for it. And this concealer, this is in the shade 180W. I just love it. Blends out like a dream. The brush is so different. It's like angled on both sides, which is really cool. And I'm coming from the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, which I also love. Not bashing at all. I still use and still love. But I just was so used to that brush that like this one. I'm like, what do I do? Which way do I hold it? But I still absolutely love. So we're just gonna do that and watch how this blends out. Also, my daughter is in here with me, but I feel like you already knew that. I feel like I've gotten to the point where I don't even mention anymore that she's in here with me because I feel like everyone knows, but she is in here with me. So if you hear her or see her, she doesn't nap anymore, so you gotta keep it pushing. But look at that. And honestly, I used too much. I was talking and I used too much. But like, you don't even need that much. This product is so lightweight, creamy, and like I said, it just blends out like a dream. I never have issues with it, and I tend to sometimes have issues with like my concealer getting patchy or whatever if I'm BSing and moving too slow or just taking too long. But this, like, and I'm still not even done like blending it. I'm also going to use this to clean up my brows. Before, I used to clean up my brows like right when I filled them in, but now I just wait and I just do it like when I'm applying my concealer. It just honestly makes sense, and because I don't go hardcore filling them in anymore, it doesn't need much cleanup, and I don't even really clean them up anymore. I just kind of go. But for the sake of this video, I will clean them up. I just feel like it's more natural and just softer when I don't clean them up, unless I just make like a really huge mistake and they need to be, but they don't always need it. Okay. And then we just go back in and blend out with the sponge. Now I know this concealer may look like it's too white or too bright, or too light, but I honestly like it. This is how I like my concealer, because once I contour and all that bronzer stuff, it just looks really good. So to each its own. This is what I like. This is what works for me. Now for contour, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty contour stick, and this is in the shade Truffle. Now usually I apply it like directly, but I want to try with a brush, and you know, let's do both ways. So let's do half this way, and then the other half we'll do with the brush. I am just gonna do that with this. So let's do that, and then let's take a brush and see what looks better. I don't know why I just always put it directly on my face. So let's see. I think I put too much on the brush now. That's why I think I don't like doing it like that, because I can't tell how much I'm putting, but it does look good. It does look a lot. Ooh, it looks really like on camera. It doesn't look like that in person. Let's just bring this up. All right, let's blend out this side now with that same brush. I find like sometimes with this, drop the brush, with this shade, it can be a little muddy looking. It's a lot more blending. I should have gone a shade lighter. I just really liked how it looked, but especially now with it going into winter, I think it may be a little too dark for me. So honestly, I feel like because I probably put too much on my brush, it gave the same effect. So yeah, I think I'm just going to continue applying it directly to my skin, because that's just, I don't know, I just like it better. I feel like I can see where I'm putting it, if that makes sense, versus sometimes on the brush I can't really see where my brush is about to land, you know. But I'm just gonna take this over from this side and just blend it to this side and blend out. Now because I'm still going through hair loss, I feel like sometimes when I contour up here on my forehead, it ends up looking really crazy. But I feel like a lot of that has to do with the hair loss that I'm going through, even though I do think some of it is making a comeback. Like I do see a little bit right here. I don't know if that's coming back or still falling out. So let's go ahead with the nose. I don't know why I'm so nervous right now to like do it differently, like with a sponge on the other side. But let's take, I'm just gonna do a tiny bit and see. I feel like it's definitely going to be softer, which is what you want. You don't want this chaos that I created on the other side. Yeah, I think for my nose, I'm gonna start continuing using the brush, applying, you know, with the brush method, and then for the rest of my face, I'll just go directly, because this I feel like is a lot of product, which I'm sure some of you are watching like, hell yeah, that is a lot of product. It's easier sometimes, I feel like, to just apply it straight like to the face, but then in hindsight, when you think about it, like now I'm just spending all this time blending. So okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and spend the rest of the day blending this out. I'll be back. Okay, nose is blended out, and then I'll go back with a little bit more concealer and touch that up. But next I want to go in with some blush, and again we're going to be using the Rare Beauty liquid blush. This is in the shade Hope, and I'm sure everyone's heard about this. This product is absolutely amazing. Like, first I was applying like 2 dots and I was like, whoa, instant panic attack. I was like, how am I ever going to blend this out? So now I think I just want to do one. So we're just going to place one here, just like that. And I've just been using this e.l.f. Putty, what is this called? The Putty Primer brush. And I've just been using this to blend out. And honestly, it works just fine. And then I feel like if I need to like blend more, then I go in with the sponge. I do like to use the sponge for up top here, because this is where I feel like sometimes it gets like those harsh lines. So I do like to use the sponge for on top and just blend all that out. Look how pretty that is. Oh, I forgot bronzer. Ah, crazy. So bronzer, again, Rare Beauty. This is the bronzer stick. I can't believe I forgot to apply that first. I'm talking to my child. So I just applied the bronzer, blended it out, and was not recording. This is the reality of being a mom, trying to be a content creator, trying to create this income for the family. But so what I did was I took the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Happy Soul, and I applied it to here. You know what, I'm just gonna do it again because it's bothering me that I wasn't recording. So I just did a little right there, and then here I placed it basically in between the blush and where I contoured. I'll do a little bit more again because I'm mad that I didn't film that, so I had applied more than that, but I'm just gonna do a little bit because I don't want to get carried away. And then I did place a little bit on my jawline and blend that out. But with this, what I was saying was I blend this down where the contour, I blend it up into my hair, whatever's left of my hair. It's like I have this bald patch, and then I have hair here, it's a bald patch. But anyways, so the bronzer I blend downwards so we can get that sun-kissed glow that everyone loves to rave about. And then ignore these little hairs. They have a mind of their own, and they're on the struggle bus trying to hold on for dear life. And then here we're just gonna blend and then try to like save that blush, because like I said, I messed up and I should have did this first and then blush, but we're gonna make it work. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of makeup, but we're gonna make it work. Now I feel like I have to blend up because I'm redoing everything again. So what I was going to say is, and that's when I realized I was never recording, but I'm gonna go back in with the blush and just try to apply the tiniest bit that I can, just to try to bring the blush back into my face, because I feel like it kind of blended in with the bronzer. So just a little bit up there, because that's where I feel like I attacked it. This is why I'm so distracted. Anyways, so we're just gonna bring some life back into the blush. For my setting powder, I'm just gonna still be using my Huda setting powder. I love this. Like, I feel like it is the best. And I'm gonna be using the shade Cupcake. I do also have Pound Cake, but I really like Cupcake. I feel like it's such a good shade and it is brightening, so I think that's why I like it so much. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit on this sponge. So I use a setting powder under my eyes wherever I pretty much placed concealer, and then for the rest of my face I go back and forth between the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder or this Maybelline. This is not new. You guys know I love this. I've been using it for years now. But for today, since we're going to try to switch things up, I'm going to use this. And I'm basically going to place this everywhere else that I didn't place the setting powder. And this under the eyes is seriously flawless. Like, it lives up to its name. Now for bronzer, I'm going to set that bronzer with the Hoola bronzer. And I'm also going to use this as an eyeshadow, as nose contour, pretty much everything. So we're just going to apply this like kind of above my crease, since I have these fabulous hooded eyes. And then I like to drag it out a bit, get it to focus. There we go. So I'm going to take the lightest shade from the ColourPop Nude Mood palette, which is this one up here, and it has a pretty good dent in it because I just love this. It's like the perfect like light creamy shade, and I just apply this to my lid, and that's all I really do for my eyes as far as eyeshadow. I go back and forth between waterproof mascara and not waterproof mascara. I don't think I'm gonna do waterproof today because I'm not going anywhere, so I'll be using the Maybelline Sky High mascara, and I think this is just like blackest black. Yes, blackest black. And I'm not going to curl my lashes because my lashes are actually on the longer side, and then when I curl them along with my hooded eyes, it becomes a little messy. So I'm not gonna curl them. I just gonna apply the mascara directly to. At first I didn't like this mascara. Like when I first tried it out, I wasn't crazy about it, but it's actually grown on me and I really do like it. For a not waterproof mascara, this one has quickly become my favorite, especially for the lower lash line. Like it's just really easy to work with. So this next step I never do anymore, but for some reason I'm in the mood today, so I'm gonna tightline my waterline, and I'm gonna be using the BH. This one is actually waterproof, I believe. This is the black. I'm trying to remember, is this waterproof? I feel like it was. I don't know, but this is the BH eyeliner in the shade black, and I'm just gonna apply this to my waterline just a little bit. I don't know why I want to do this. I don't ever do this anymore, but just live a little. Whenever I do that, I feel very Middle Eastern. So that's that. Next, let's go to lips. So for lips, I'm gonna use the MAC Cork liner and just line my lips. Let me get rid of some of this. I had the Laneige sleeping mask on. I'm gonna get rid of it. For lipstick, I'm gonna use the NYX a la Mode. This is not anything new, it's just a fave. Now here is the fave, the new. Well, it's not new, but Fenty Cream Beauty Lip Gloss. This is in the shade Fenty Glow. I have been obsessed with. This is so good. I don't know what took me so long to buy this, but I don't think I could ever go back. Like, it's just so good. Like, what? Look at that. Let's clean this up. I look crazy. Let's finish off the brow. So for brows, I'm gonna use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This is in the shade Espresso, but it doesn't even look espresso to me. It looks almost just like a regular like light brown, but I'm gonna set my brows using this. Now I am gonna go back in, touch up the brows a bit. You know what? Let me do that after I wipe off this setting powder. I forgot blush. Like I said, this video is so chaotic today and I feel so bad. I don't even know if I want to upload it, but let's set the blush since I forgot to do that. We're gonna use the e.l.f. blush palette, and I like to just mix the like two bottom shades. It kind of pulls everything together. Okay, now that that's wiped away, I think I have everything as she's talking to me, distracting me again. I'm also trying to do this before my other little one wakes up, because then that's going to be really fun. Now I'm just going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is also not anything new. I just really like it. I do want to try the Charlotte Tilbury one, but then I've heard people compare it to this, and I'm like... And there you have it, my chaotic, very chaotic, updated makeup routine. I love these products. Rare Beauty has been at the top of my list. I've really been into Fenty lately. I don't know why it took me so long to like pull the plug and splurge on Fenty, but I really love it. I do still want to try the foundation next whenever I decide to cheat on Maybelline, but I do want to try the foundation next. But yeah, this is it. I've really been loving this blush. I know everyone talks about it. It's all over Instagram, all over TikTok. Everywhere you look, it's there. And honestly, it's worth the hype. I mean, I feel like that bottle is probably gonna last for the rest of eternity because one dot goes a long way. But yeah, hopefully I didn't forget anything, and if I did, I apologize. Like you saw, this was chaotic, and she's still over there like hanging off the wall pretty much. I can see her out of the corner of my eye. But if you guys enjoyed this chaotic makeup routine, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Give this video a thumbs up because that was stressful. Like, my anxiety is. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, I will see you all on my next one. Bye, everyone.